Thought you knew that if you reach, I breathe. Put your hands up, it's a jailbreak breach. When the waves hit the sand, you hear the seagulls screech. Like a whale from the water we breach, 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 thought you knew that if you reach, I think. Put your hands up, it's a jailbreak break. Put your hands up, it's a jailbreak break. Put your hands up, it's a jailbreak break.
Whenever I'm speed 10.
I really just want y'all to hear this one part.
Enemy think he baby Moses, he in denial.
He in denial.
I had to trade in my King James, I feel like Ohio.
We
made a soundtrack for the real ones who love the Messiah. If you need proof, just tell him go click the link in my bio. Click on it. Bring out your Bible.
There's one part, dude. Literally one part. And now I'll start. Yeah. Alright, whatever. Let's go.
I'm running to God. I cannot look back. I ain't watching my sodium.
Okay.
Whole lot of Paul. I do not mean Logan. I mean Thessalonians.
Okay.
I want to be holy. I feel no opinion. Ain't here for controlling them.
Okay.
Look to the cross. You muscle with Kyrie. That's what ain't holding them. Okay.
Yeah.
The second to last. That's something I couldn't imagine.
Okay.
We saved through faith. It's giving my grace. So quit all that boasting and bragging.
Stop that, okay?
Yeah.
Option, okay?
Yeah.
Talk that, okay? Go and lock that away. Go and walk that away. It'll not go away. My God.
The church gon' pray. Come, the king gon' praise. Life gon' life. The church gon' pray. The king gon' come. The world gon' praise. Yeah. Yeah. They're kind of spitting on that last verse. I'm not gonna lie. When they were going back and forth, they were doing the classic like, I say this and then you say that. But they were saying some stuff on there, man. They were saying some stuff. We'll look up the lyrics at some point. But what's up, everybody? Welcome. I love you all truthfully and dearly. Dude, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been like 2 weeks since I did this or since I recorded an episode. But dude, I've been sick. Not gonna lie, I was hurling in bed, literally like hurling, throwing up like nonstop. I lost some weight though. So I feel good about that. But my wife got it from the kids that she nannies, and then she gave it to me. So we were both in bed like for 2 days in a row, doing all that. So got over that, and then just work hit me, and I wasn't able to keep up my podcasting schedule, bro. So I kind of had to reset. I was like, all right, I'll take this week off, get back in the gym, and honestly just recoup. Truthfully, bro. So I'm feeling better. Got some big stuff on the way, like with Sauceball and everything like that. So I'm very thankful, very grateful that people are like listening and everything to that show. And then this show we're kicking off. This is Breached. So happy that everybody's here. But we're kicking this off, and I revamped the original idea that I was doing, like where we were just watching movies together and everything like that. And I was like, this is honestly a little too slow. Even though I could do that all the time, it wasn't fitting the aesthetic of the show that I actually wanted to do and create. So revamped it, revitalized it, and I feel great. So honestly, that sickness was a blessing because it gave me a lot of time to think, a lot of time to sit down and sit back and understand what I was actually trying to do with this. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. I wanted to start off because I saw something, and I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with comedy at all, but everything is in a frenzy. Truthfully, like they're all beefing with each other, and I'm not the drama guy. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about drama all day on the show because that's not what I'm here for. Like, I just came to have a good time and watch stuff that I enjoy with you. But Joe Rogan, literally, he's at the middle of it. He's the self-proclaimed comedy czar. I don't know if you guys know what the Elephant Graveyard is. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. But I've been deep diving into these videos, and they're honestly roasting this man just about like being a comedian and not actually saying what he actually is, which is a podcaster commentator. Look, yeah, literally his face is on there. Let me find that one. Yeah. It says how comedy became a dystopian imperial hell world, and you see it says comedies are on there. These are all really good though, by the Elephant Graveyard. It's just detailing like the Austin comedy scene and comedy in general, and how Joe Rogan's kind of like leading it into destruction, which is not true. Comedy's still pretty funny, but been watching those, dude, and it's been telling. It's been telling, and you know how like you can kind of feel how certain things are falling off or like going awry, like it or it doesn't have that same kick as they used to when you're watching a podcast or listening to comedy or watching a movie, whatever. You know what I mean? Something you consume constantly. It's just like this doesn't have the same like gestalt to it. Yeah, that's what I was feeling for a while, and then when you actually start deep diving into it, because I honestly don't try and get into all of the behind the scenes, who's saying what about who, because honestly that stuff is sus. Like, bro, I just need the slaps. Like with music I just need the slaps, with comedy I just need the jokes, with movies I just need the slaps, bro. But you take a peek behind the curtain and you're like, oh, all this stuff is going on and nobody's actually really quiet about it. So but saying all that to say about Joe Rogan, like he's been going to church, like Christian church. I don't know if it's a denomination or anything. I think he said non-denominational on to protect our parks or whatever. But he said something interesting that I wanted to take a look at with all of you. Saying stuff about Jesus, which is honestly good, and I'll tell you why. Where is it? Yeah, here we go.
I haven't got there, but I have started going to church every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I do.
I do too. It's a bunch of people that are going to try to make their lives better. They're trying to be a better person, and they're trying to. I mean, for me at least, the place that I go to, they read and analyze passages in the Bible. I'm really interested in what these people were trying to say.
So I'm stop it right here real quick. Joe Rogan, like regardless of how you feel about him or if he's funny or not, like does have a very immediate following. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people that listen to this guy, but more so than that, there's a lot of people that buy, follow, adhere to everything he's saying, which is a lot of what the Elephant Graveyard were saying. They were like, yo, you got psyoped essentially by the government, and you were swearing up and down how it wouldn't happen to you, and they slowly just fed you until you started getting gluttonous on your own TV show, and we got you now. Now you're a political commentator or whatever. Controlled opposition is what they call it, if you want to look up exact definitions. But I'm saying all that because people love Joe Rogan enough to do and follow and take all of his recommendations. So it's honestly really, really awesome that he's going and talking about Jesus on such a platform with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers per episode. You know, even if that's the same people, they're getting it in a format to where they wouldn't have gotten it before. And I can only thank God for that, because, everybody prays for stuff like this, prays for Jesus to be depicted and glorified, magnified on a huge level. So yeah, no, it's good, and hopefully it starts a revival. You see those stats, those infographics saying like Christianity's coming back in not only the world but America, but it's because people like Joe are they're not intellectualizing everything about the Bible. Like, you can be curious, you can be intellectual about it, but not so much so to the point where you're just denying its truth or the truth about it. So let's keep going.
Because I don't think it's nothing. There's a lot of like atheists and secular people that just like to dismiss Christianity as being foolish.
Literally,
it's
next
fairy
sentence.
tales. I hear that amongst self-professed intelligent people. Like it's a fairy tale. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I think there's more to it. I think it's history, but I think it's a confusing history. It's a confusing history because it was a long time ago, and it's people
just like
telling
all,
things in
bro. Like literally everything we read is from hundreds and thousands of years ago, and people believe it like it's nothing. So I understand what he's saying about it being confusing, because it is, right? It's the truth, the word of God. So I can see if you have never had an opinion about it or a thought or critical thinking about it. But just like any history, if you read it as the truth, as it happens, you start to like really figure and factor out like, oh, this stuff is a wage of war on my soul. You know, and God truthfully is love, and he is all of these attributes that the Bible are telling us, and this stuff is real, and I should get serious about it. So that's what I'm saying. It's good that he's talking about it long form and explaining why he's been skeptical and explaining why people should dive into it even if they are skeptical.
Oral tradition and writing things down in a language that you don't understand, in the context of a culture that you don't understand. And I think there's something to what they're saying. I don't think it's nothing.
No.
I think there's something to it, and there's a reason why it resonates with people. And Christianity in particular is the most fascinating to me, because there's this one person that everybody agrees existed that somehow or another had the best plan for how human beings should interact with each other and behave, and was the best example of it, and even died in a non-violent, like didn't even protest, died on the cross, supposedly for our sins. Like, it's a fascinating
It's not
story.
supposed, but
What does it represent, though?
Jesus was a real person. Jesus was man and God at the same time, and he literally died for eternity. He died for all of our sins, even everybody who's not born yet, even everybody who's died already. So it's not a supposed, he didn't supposedly do it, but he still knew. So I'll give him a little grace.
That's the real thing. What was that? Like, what happened? Who was Jesus Christ if it was a human being? What was that?
Yeah, so that's honestly awesome. But the most awesome part about it is, like, God will use anyone and anything to push his message, man. Like, it could honestly drive me to tears if I talk about it long enough, because you think about how much he loves us. He loved us so much that he sent himself down here, you know, to take on flesh and literally do everything he could to advocate for us when he went back into heaven. You know, that's why they killed him. They didn't kill him because he was like doing miracles or like helping people. They did it because he was like, no, I'm God. Like, and they were like, you can't say that because we've read about God. But the crazy part about the Bible is, even before Jesus came, before he was born, they were referencing the coming Messiah, which was Jesus, right? Then when Jesus came, Jesus would reference himself from the Old Testament. It's honestly fascinating. Like, there's that picture of like how many cross references are in the Bible, but that cross reference picture gets infinitely more expansive when you talk about how many cross references you can make to God throughout history, even modern history, and even if you're projecting into the future, right? It's honestly amazing. So
I haven't got there, but I have started going to church.
yeah, I'm not going to listen to it again, but it's honestly been awesome to see Joe's transformation, even though he's not necessarily funny anymore. But I'll sacrifice him being funny like that for him talking about God on that big of a platform. That's freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. There's like, I think Conor McGregor was trying to get into Christ too. Let's see what's going on. There's another video here.
Lives and raise the roof on the Prudential Center. I wish all my combatants.
So this was the first video. They're like doing a side by side. This is from October 2nd. I don't know when the next one is, so let's see.
Well, may we turn our knuckles to knives and raise the roof on the Prudential Center. Long live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Long live Dave Feldman. Long live the Prudential Center. And long live the Notorious. Let's go. And we're with you all the way. I cannot wait. I'm here with my own family. My La Familia here, my beautiful children. My fiancée, wife to be soon. And we love Rome, Italy very much. Thank you so much for your hospitality and your love. We cannot wait to get this weekend started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Let's go Rome, Italia. We are family, baby. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, there's a noticeable difference. I saw some videos saying that he was like turning to Christ and everything. I don't know. Conor McGregor has an interesting story. Like, oh, it says the difference between Conor McGregor before and after his spiritual journey. So let's look up Conor and see if we can find that video I saw the other day of him talking about Jesus. Yeah. Says, I live my life by God's word. I've engaged on a spiritual journey. I'm saved. I'm healed. Video credit full send me MMA.
That dictates my journey and all of our journey. I am not here just by chance. There is a higher power, God, that dictates my journey and all of our journeys. And I live my life by God's word. And since around that time that you mentioned at the last event, I've engaged on a spiritual journey. And I'm saved, I am healed. And, on the back of that.
So that's awesome. I'll finish the video for sure. Like, be very careful when, especially like celebrities, because we do listen to them for whatever reason. You really got to vet, especially if you're following Jesus. You really got to vet who people mean when they say God. You know what I mean? And it's just becoming a little more savvier and reading the Bible more to see and understand who they're talking about. Because when people mention God, they might not be talking about the God of the Bible. They might not be talking about Jesus and his dad. You know what I mean? So just be careful, because there are little g gods, people that we make gods around, and people that people worship as little g gods. And you just gotta, know the Bible for yourself. That's why I played that Joe Rogan clip at first, like to have people understand, like, you can be curious about it and you can learn about Jesus. And you can ask as many questions as you want and get your answers and seek that wisdom, because God will give it to you. But be like playing this one. What Conor McGregor is saying is awesome. You know what I mean? If we're taking it at face value and taking it from what you would know and who Jesus to be and what Christianity is. But Conor McGregor's been through a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if he was like running for some sort of political office in his country or whatever, and he's doing bare knuckle fighting. Like, so you start to draw in a bigger crowd when you're like, oh, I do love God. I have been on this spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Like, because you're tugging on people's emotions and heartstrings and everything like that. And that's awesome, right? I'm not saying don't do that, but like, just make sure you know who God is, that you know who Jesus is, before you just are like, oh, look, my favorite blah, blah, blah is a Christ follower too, because that might not be true. Like, because you could meet Conor McGregor in real life, have an in-depth conversation, and you're like, oh, you actually don't have a clue who God is. Like, maybe like bare bones, that there is a God, and that God is real and that he loves us and he loves you. But like, when people say spiritual journey and they're getting in touch with spirituality, that comes with a heavy mark of gaining wisdom about who God wants you to be and the things that are trying to stop you to get there. And not everything that is shining and bright, not all of that is like the jewels of God. You know what I mean? I'm not saying God needs jewels or anything like that. But yeah, so it could be a shiny toy. It could be shiny poop, or the golden sprayed poop, or whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to get at. But just be careful, seriously. Let's finish the rest of this.
On the back of that, the world is in for a treat. The world is in for a treat. My competitive spark that was once in my heart is now a roaring blaze. So I'm very excited. I envy these men up here on this dais. They're right about to make weight, and they're to go in and enjoy and entertain and do what they were called to do, as am I called to do it. And I mean.
So like, you see, he immediately went into the marketing of bare knuckle fighting, right? Hey, again, you're breaking down. I'm not saying he's not having a real moment here, like really talking about God, but you see the all the advertising and everything behind him and on the cans and everything. I'm looking at for those who are listening. And I think bare knuckle fighting is actually his. I'll look that up right after. But it's really easy to be like, oh, okay, like I can use God to push my agenda and push these businesses and everything, right? And there are like businesses that do adhere to God and follow God, but it's a fine line between using God to sell a product and actually knowing who God is and letting that drive and fuel you. Up until, and I'm not saying he can't change, but up until now, like this year, within the last month or so, 2 months, I haven't heard Conor McGregor talk about God like that at all. Now he does have some incredible sound bites, some infamous sound bites. But at the same time, if he's going on that spiritual journey with God, like the God of the Bible, like who we know Jesus to be, awesome. Just don't use it to push an agenda or like your worldly, earthly agenda, And I've had to repent for that before too,
Eager to get back. And right now I had to dial myself in and go inward. And that I done. And I'm very, very excited to come back my own self.
Right, so he's like, hey, I'm fighting myself. I'm going to God. I know who he is, man. Like, and I'm going on my own spiritual journey. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, man, dude, it's getting real out here, man. I would love to hear your guys' opinions too. Like, I can't knock what God's doing on a deep level, man. I can't, dude. It's freaking awesome. Who am I to do so anyway? Conor, owner, bare knuckle fighting championship. I'm just seeing if he's the owner of it. Yeah, so he's part owner. So yeah, that makes sense. So and what makes that clip awesome is he is tugging on the emotional like weight and heartstrings of the people, but like when you're talking about fighting, when you're talking about bare knuckle championship fighting or any type of like combat sport, you're automatically like playing with people's like theology, because fighting and war and all that good stuff, you naturally like see some of the nature of what humans do. And part of that is talking to God and knowing who God is. Part of that is competition. So you mix that all together and you get a seriously good product. So I hope he does well, but I honestly hope he comes to Jesus, right? And if he can't say that because he's contractually obligated and he only says God, I hope he knows who Jesus is. So, yeah, man, dude, it's honestly awesome. It's honestly awesome. I love what God's doing. And I appreciate it because we can get videos like what I saw about Cam Newton, man. Oh, so apparently Alabama State and Alabama A&M, like they were having a mascot race. And for whatever reason, I just see a clip of Cam Newton fighting a mascot. And Stephen A. Smith is there. We already know what's going on with Stephen A. Smith. So I got to play this because I haven't heard it out loud yet. So we'll listen to it together. Okay. So already A&M has like a bee. If you guys picture it like a bee mascot, and Alabama State has like a bulldog, and they're racing. I don't know. It's probably a 40-yard dash because football, right? But they're honking the horn. Let's see what's going on. The freaking bulldog's not even in a 40-yard dash stance. At least the bee knows what he's doing a little bit. The bulldog's a little too confident. I can see why Cam Newton might have had an issue. Oh, dude, the bulldog got smoked. Yeah, that's Cam Newton screaming there. Okay. Oh, hold up, bro. Hold up. Cam Newton's literally screaming. Like, obviously, he's trying to sell the thing, but screaming in the bulldog's face, and the bulldog pushes him. And Cam Newton literally hits him back, like, full on, like, haymakers him. Hold on. Obviously, he's not hitting this guy. He's way smaller than him. Wah! Oh, that was an open hand. Hold on. One more. Wah! What is wrong with this dude? First of all, bro, hold on. For those of you who aren't looking, this bulldog is freaking literally with his cleats on and everything, maybe 5'8", 5'9". Cam Newton's like 6'4". Cam Newton's not only 6'4", he's like 240, 250 pounds. Very built person. Like, and this Bulldog is picking a fight with him. Oh, this guy's been to a Super Bowl. This guy literally ran over linebackers for a living. Cam Newton's hilarious, man. Whoa! Smacked him. Alright, now the Bulldog, I respect him for fighting him back. Stephen A. Smith, the consummate professional for sure. Cam Newton, bro. I'm honestly excited of what's gonna happen with this whole 106 in sports. I don't know when it's starting. You would think it would start around football season because that's him. But whenever they start it, if it happens, I'll be tuning into an episode every once in a while because Cam Newton's an interesting person, Brad. Like I tell my friends, like he's done a good job at staying relevant. And my friend Terry, he was like, yeah, that's because he knows what to say and he's a yapper. It's like, yeah, that's true. That's true. I give you that. He does yap about a lot. So, but at the same time, like, it's entertaining. And to see him open hand slapping a mascot for no reason, bro. Obviously, he didn't knock him out because he could have, but it's going to be fun and interesting to see what they actually do. One more time. Smacked him. The Bulldog had to do something. I'm not getting punked on national TV either. Hey, you know that dude couldn't even see like that, bro? That's hilarious. That's freaking hilarious, man. Dude, I love it. You know, honestly, man, like I could see Cam Newton like being on a couple game shows as a host too. Yeah. There's this other video I was seeing. The caption says, "I feel like we all, in all caps, we all would have failed this because what are even some of these?" Let me see.
Lemon.
So pretty much they're freaking naming like fruit. It's this dude in this freaking like striped shirt. Never do horizontal stripes, guys. Never like stripes in general. Try to avoid them, but don't do horizontal stripes, especially if you're not like the most physically fit person, because it's just gonna make you look bigger. But it's this black dude on the left, white lady on the right, and they're naming fruit. I have no clue what the context of the show is, but let's see.
Nano.
Orange.
Bro, is he good? Why did they? This is what I'd be saying, bro. Why did he say banana like that? I swear the producers be telling black people how to do certain things to raise eyebrows, like literally. But he's literally singing banana on national TV. It's nasty.
Banana.
Literally.
Banana.
Come on.
Orange.
Apple.
Grapes.
Some pretty easy fruit to name.
Strawberry.
Like
Pineapple.
Pear.
Blueberry.
Raspberries.
Kiwi.
these are all easy fruit.
Lemon.
Cherry.
Peach.
Mango.
Grapefruit.
Melon. Muskmelon. Cantaloupe. Pass.
Oh, that's not a girl? Yo, my bad, man. My bad. What is that, though? It's called a honeydew, and I've never eaten one of those, but, like, look at it. It looks freaking weird. Obviously, the seeds are in the middle because it's a fruit, but I've never seen the outside rind of it. It looks like one of those prop fruit you would see, like, at an art museum or something. I don't know.
Grapefruit.
Melon. Muskmelon. Cantaloupe. Pass. Persimmon.
What?
Lime.
Red currant.
Pass.
I wouldn't have gotten that either. It says passion fruit. It's freaking. I don't know. I feel like passion fruit would be like brighter colors and everything, but it's literally a purple skin with freaking like goldish yellow orange, not even orange, goldish yellow seeds in the middle. That's freaking weird. I've never seen that before. But this dude Gabriel on the right is literally just smacking these. He also said another one.
Persimmon.
Persimmon. It literally looks like a freaking tomato. Like literally, it literally looks like a type of tomato. I'll look up if it is, but I would have never gotten that. What the heck?
Lime.
Red currant.
Red currant? Like what? Who's this fruit expert they got on here?
Pass. Pass.
A loquat? Bro, what? Like, hold on. Look at that dude's face. He's like, I wouldn't have gotten that. What the heck? Like, what is that? Again, it looks like a variation of the tomato, but it has this little stem sticking out of it. I just don't know if that's a fruit or not. Like, I would have never guessed that. What the heck?
Pass. Pass.
What? A guava? All right. I need to brush up on my fruit studies because what, bro? I would have never guessed that either. A literal, for those who can't see, it's literally like pinkish in the middle. Looks like it tastes good, honestly. Like I would try some guava, like as a fruit. But then a green skin. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have gotten that. It looks AI.
Pass.
Look at their faces.
Raisin.
That's a beet?
Date.
A date? Yeah, okay, there you go. I said beet. Like it wasn't fruit. Dang, bro. I need to go back to school.
Pomegranate.
Almond.
An almond. Bro, alright, that's clearly not an almond. First of all, I think almonds you can make almonds for sure. Like they take a lot of water. I actually did research about them a little bit, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this has like a red, like prickly exterior. It almost looks like dragon skin, and then a freaking brown seed in the middle with a white overcoating. And he said almond. Like I know you had to guess, but bro, come on, man.
Pass.
A lychee? Oh, lychee nut? Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that. I don't even blame you, though. Cranberries. Alright, yeah, saying almond there was wild, bro. Freaking nuts. Dude, that's actually pretty funny. Since it's freaking Halloween coming up this week, I wanted to take a look. This is one of my favorite accounts on social media. It's called Synesthetic, and I'm pretty sure they might have like all platforms somewhere, but I'm on X right now, and literally they have some of the best engagement when it comes to movies and everything. And because it's Halloween, in the spirit of Halloween, actually, you know, the holiday, not like the evil behind it or nothing. Like, I wanted to take a look at, like, some of the categories they were saying for it because I thought it would be fun. It says, what movies scare the hell out of you that isn't a horror movie at all? So I just want to take a look at some of the scenes. You know, people slurp Batman on this app, so I wanted to honestly see what was going on. Interstellar, not a horror movie, but the idea of losing decades in a few minutes terrifies me. All right, bro. You just know that's not going to happen. Gone Girl? Okay, there you go. There's like some videos here, so I'm looking at it. Trying to see where. But there's like videos and everything that they quote tweet. How do you find quote tweets from? Yeah, view quotes. There you go. It said Argo, the scene in Gravity. The scene had me hold my breath as a kid, and it still does to this day. I don't know what this is. Maybe Jennifer's Body, because it has Megan Fox in it, and that's like one that people slurp on this show. Oh, it's freaking Transformers. Hold on. My guy Shia, also a Christ follower. His story's amazing if you haven't heard it. Yeah, this one from I think it's Transformers 2? Yeah. Let's watch. So Shia LaBeouf's with Megan Fox and they're hiding from a Decepticon. I do remember seeing this in the movie theater. It was terrifying, not gonna lie. You would think with all their technology they can have heat sensors to find people, but whatever. It's a movie. Steve, the little Decepticon fly. Crush it. Don't let it give a signal, fam. No. Rip the roof off. Shout out to Michael Bay, man. That I do remember going to see that in the movie theater. That was honestly awesome. Man, bro, that feels like forever ago. But yeah, so he crushed the head of the little Decepticon fly, and it sent a signal, and they ripped off. So that was kind of scary. The Marriage Story, a Marriage Story with I can't think of his name right now. The guy that played Kylo Ren in the new Star Wars, and then Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Interstellar, you know, they're gonna slurp that on here. Seeing the scene from The Mummy as a child was a life-changing experience. Oh God. Oh, bro, what the heck? So they got this guy in like a Sphinx helmet or whatever. Little like Egyptian dog helmet, and he's like walking over to this guy mummified, and he's pouring something on him. Let's listen. And then they put the head on the sarcophagus, bro. Oh my goodness! They're just gonna eat him alive. That's freaking terrifying. I don't want to. Anybody who's listening, I don't want to just like scare you like crazy. That is freaking terrifying, though. Let's see. Synesthetic themselves quote tweets sometimes, and it's honestly awesome. So I'm just trying to find those. I'm trying to think of some myself. What movie scares the hell out of me that isn't a horror movie at all? Honestly, when I was a kid, the Jim Carrey Grinch, I was, for whatever reason, I was scared of it. Like, I know they were trying to make him creepy, but like, looking back on it, Jim Carrey's freaking hilarious, bro. Oh man, what are some other ones? That aren't scary movies at all. Honestly, don't know right now. I don't know. Sorry, I refuse to use AI to look it up because we can use our brains. There was some that I think I retweeted some. Yeah, no, literally, like, I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. But there's some that like I personally retweeted that were nice, so I'm just looking for them real quick. Got all the gifts. Let me see if I can find them on my own page, because I do want to watch them with you guys. Because I was looking him up. I was like, literally, bro, this is terrifying. Speaking of, while it's happening, let's watch this. So I downloaded Steam. I know I'm 100% late. Like, finally got like good enough computers to like run it. But there's this game called Don't Scream Together. It's a 4-player online co-op horror game. Game restarts if anyone screams or speaks too loudly. So that's already lit, right? Screamer can also return as the hunter. Yeah. And it has proximity chat. And the cool part about it is there's like this 1990s camcorder user interface that you have that's honestly freaking awesome. Let's watch this real quick. But this one's coming to you can wishlist it on Steam now. But it's called Don't Scream Together. I want to take a look at what's going on.
You guys hear that siren?
So all their faces are like blurred out, which is honestly pretty cool, bro. The what you can do with free software, Unreal Engine, obviously you can pay for some of it, but like the games you can make, it's honestly baffling. So I can't wait to play this one whenever it comes out. But right now I'm looking, they're walking through the woods on October 31st, 1993. So obviously you're playing with stuff you don't know about immediately. But there's like this siren going off. It's crazy. You can look around, like
I keep thinking I'm
360
hearing
look
things.
around.
I think it's just me.
It honestly looks
I
completely
swear I
real.
heard something breathe.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
Looks like as if it's floating in.
Simple. Yeah, that does not look good.
It like cut for some reason.
Oh, run.
Oh, he's right there.
Run.
Yeah, he's right.
Go.
Run.
Bro.
Go. Oh no.
Yeah, bro. I did not expect that cut to like scare me like that. I'm scary, bro, but you can get that on Steam once it comes out. I cannot wait because I'm not built to be scared like that, so it's gonna honestly be awesome. There's this other game I'm gonna show you guys later, but what's just as scary as that is all the stuff going on with the NBA, but it's a different moment. Hold on, let me find what I was looking at here. Spiritual. Bishop Marvin Winans goes viral after criticizing a woman and her son in front of the entire church for donating $1,200 instead of $2,000. Yeah, I retweeted it, but I don't even watch stuff like that, bro. Honestly, it's not a thing for me because we already know who fake pastors are. Okay, I found it. So again, what movie scares the hell out of you that isn't a horror movie at all? And then Synesthetic retweeted, they're like the whole Spawn Ranch sequence in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which if you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. Quentin Tarantino always does a good job, but I didn't really understand it the first time I watched it, so I just have to watch it again. Margaret Qualley's in it, and she's great. Brad Pitt, Leo DiCaprio, so it's a good cast. But it says the Spawn Ranch sequence unfolds like a horror film. Cliff Booth confronting Clem Rogan, a real-life Manson family member, is one of Tarantino's most tensest moments. Okay, go back.
You embarrassed me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
How'd you...
For context, Brad Pitt's like a stuntman or whatever, and he just starts rolling around with this girl that's clearly too young for him. When you hear their dialogue, just think of that subtext.
A little talk with George go. Are we kidnapping him?
Not the word I'd use.
Well, now that you've talked to him, do you believe everything's all right?
Not exactly.
This was a mistake. You should leave.
Way ahead of you.
George isn't blind! You're the blind one!
It seems
Ah, dang, bro. They put something in it? Put a hole in his tire? They literally pierced it with a knife. Whatever. I'd be pissed.
You do that?
What a
You know,
weirdo.
that's not my car. That's my boss's car. And if something were to happen to my boss's car, well, I'd get in trouble. Lucky for you, he's got a spare.
You didn't think he wouldn't have a spare? Like,
Fix it. Fuck you.
Ooh. Ooh. I love how they pose Brad Pitt as a tough guy. Like he's literally probably just such a nice person.
Ladies.
He's just a flower. Oh! Broke his face.
Come one step closer and I will knock his teeth out.
Yeah, you're gonna fix my car. Literally.
Fix it.
Can I at least get a rag to wipe my face first?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, what?
Tire first.
Sundance. Get on a horse, go get Tex, and get his ass down here. Okay.
The whole moment was freaking tense. Like, that scene's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes long. But I see what they were trying to get at. Let's see. There's a scene from Tenet that's pretty cool. I do love the sounds because it is pretty spooky in here. But, like, they had to practice fighting backwards. And honestly, that scares me because it's like the amount of pre-production that goes into it is horrifying. So let's watch it. No, for those who haven't seen Tenet or don't know who this is on screen or can't see, this is Denzel Washington's son. Fun fact, he didn't use his last name because he didn't want to be compared or get roles just because his dad's Denzel Washington, which I respect, but at the same time, if you look at him, you're like, okay, this guy is family to somebody famous. He's looking around and like everything's moving backwards, even the dust. The birds are flying backwards. That's freaking terrifying. The boats are literally everything is bad. I gotta watch this movie again, bro. This is kind of tapped. This movie's so crazy to me, bro. Like, do you know how much like pressure that is to not only act but to act backwards like they're doing? It's freaking insane. Like some of the stuff they're even editing is like, this is almost impossible to do in the coordinates. Like, give up on me now. Come on. So he's chasing these cars. He's going forward. He's going forward, but everybody else is going backwards. Like, this is freaking insane.
The material's not been tasted. Get the other sections of the algorithm to the hypocenter. He was lying. It wasn't in the BMW. So where is it?
Freaking crazy, bro. So he's in a car chase backwards, but he's going forward, but it's happened to him before. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tap into that movie again because I was not hip. I was not hip, bro. Like I should have been. Yeah, man, dude, I definitely like. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I want to talk about how many times Christopher Nolan has given us just slap after slap, bro. He's low-key one of the GOATs. He's low-key. I don't give that title to too many people, but he's up there, bro. Oh, let's see. Here's another one from Synesthetic. Kind of spooky related. What scene gives you chills? What scene gives you the chills no matter how many times you watch it? Captain America and all gun action scenes? Let's see.
Stand down, Captain Rogers. Stand down. Repeat, stand down.
So he started busting at him from a plane, ship type thing. And you know how much I love Chris Evans, but Captain America is like the most OP superhero. It's like, if you guys understand subtext, you know he has a bunch of plot armor because he's Captain America. He's supposed to be representing like how great America is, which I understand and I appreciate, right? But like some of the stuff is just like, come on, bro. Like, I know he took super serum or whatever, and that famous Iron Man quote was like, everything good from you came out of a bottle, right? But like, he's literally doing impossible stuff. At least the stuff Batman does is practical. Anyway, I'm not going to get on a superhero rant, but he's jumping on a ship and he's dismantling a ship with only his shield, and they're shooting turret guns at him. Like... Like, that was fire, but he has a freaking vibranium shield. Like, he's literally just derivative. You know, if you really want to get into, like, America, right? But it's really just freaking derivative of a lot. It's annoying. It's really annoying sometimes. Let's see. Not a movie, but who cares? Every scene in House of the Dragons with Daemon Targaryen in it. Never seen House of the Dragons, but let's see what this scene is about.
You will still never match the strength of the Green Armies. You need Daemon and his dragon.
May I be free for even 1 hour of the constant refrain of Daemon, Daemon, Daemon.
Who? Which man here will happily go to his death? Show me the knight who will march into that hell pit, nephew, and I will show you a madman.
Damon.
Queen Alice eagerly awaits your answer.
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered cock. Let's end this mummer's farce. Sir Eric, bring me Lord Hightower so I may take the pleasure myself.
Alright, so it's just a super edit. I thought they were actually going to show us something. Ooh, this is a scene from My Hero Academia? Let's see.
You knew about our secret and kept it to yourself.
So they're in like a fierce battle, and they're powered up to the max, and they're fighting together. Wow. That, I mean, that is kind of dope. That was freaking bone chilling. I don't know the context because I haven't watched My Hero Academia in so long. But let's see, Timothy Chalamet going full God mode in the Freeman takeover scene. Let me see. This is from Dune. I don't know which Dune it is. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pause. I think somebody's at my door real quick. Alright, so nobody at my door, thank God. But let's get back to these bone-chilling, spooky scenes in honor of Halloween. And I don't have any context of Dune, so I probably will never watch the movies just because I don't have to. But if you guys want me to, let me know. If they're good enough to watch, I will. Look at her walking in like a beast. Probably just a nice guy in real life.
Mighty, only tribe leaders can speak. If you wish to share your voice, you must take his place by defeating him and returning his water to the well.
You think I'm stupid enough to deprive myself of the best of us?
Take my life, Usul. It is the only way. I'm pointing the way!
Slow down.
Udara sot! Undao fixihi! Nifribit kumuni! Kaubakakali kakari! Hurai!
He said your mother's warned you about my coming. Fear the moment.
But you think you could have a chance? It's not the Josh.
But you're afraid. What if I could be the one? This could be the moment you've been praying for all your life. Bro, why is he going in like this? You're praying to your grandmother. She died 9 months ago. Now he's just getting disrespectful. She lost an eye and Rock smashed her face as she was crossing the belt. She was 12 when it happened. At that time, this world had a Freeman name.
Dude.
Is that okay?
He just automatically bowed to him.
Un fai si faci snusa! Di caccia che era Zulhu!
هي أنسادها جيبي وكراش
Said in your nightmares you give water to the dead and it brings you joy and they're just bowing. Like,
مالتي خشيشة شي
شيذ جيم شاري
سنفقاين شوبا خوكي.
they're bowing down like he's God, bro. Relax.
This is my father's ducal signet.
They got Josh Brolin here. He played Thanos.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Eruditina Heshidani Nelisan Al-Gai Rui Dimenaruk Ashidi.
He said, as God is my witness, I'll lead you to paradise. Ah, dang, bro, you spitting. Yeah, that was bone chilling. Superman by Top Gun. Oh. And I haven't seen the Superman movie yet, but I don't know if I will. But I'll watch this.
And ready to defend their country despite.
And over in Eastern Europe, Arabian troops gather at the border, seemingly mere minutes away from invading Jampur once again.
Now, nearby villagers are willing and ready to defend their country despite the exponentially superior firepower of the well-trained Moravian military. The villagers cling onto what little hope they have left as they're surrounded by the military.
Iranian President Basil Burgos says the invasion is a protected from the tyrannical government.
This is how I know Superman's soft, bro, because you could literally be almost everywhere at once and stop what's happening. They shouldn't have to wave a flag in your name for you to go over and help. Like, literally just freaking help. Anyway, whatever. I get it, dramatic effect, but I'm not getting on a superhero rant and the ones I hate today. Literally chanting his name and he's watching from the sidelines. Whatever. I'm cutting this off, bro, because he could help. Instead of them defending themselves, he could literally wipe them out the whole time. Ending of the Truman Show, 7 minutes, but watch the Truman Show if you haven't. Anyway, guys, like, just wanted to go through some of those. I thought those were pretty fun in honor of Halloween. But let's get into something, like, truthfully spooky, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been looking at it, and I haven't really done, like, too much of research, but this NBA, like, gambling stuff, bro, it's been going nuts. So right now, I'm just typing in NBA and Mafia, just to see what comes up. Yeah, no, if you guys haven't been honestly paying attention to social media, they've been, like, Cash Patel, regardless of how you feel about him, like, they've been arresting NBA legends, honestly. Terry Rozier's a legend because of gambling, right? But they recently arrested Chauncey Billups for, like, conducting gambling with the Mafia. Like, and I'm seeing things, I'm seeing stuff, and honestly, I haven't, like, verified any of this information, so I'm doing it here with you guys now, but, like, the stuff I've been reading is wild. He got arrested, you know, apparently a few mafias are involved, like, I'm seeing all these videos of, like, them doing signals to Kevin Durant in the stands, Terry Rozier openly throwing games, so let's freaking watch this here. It says, NBA Mafia gambling bust is insane. The entire, and honestly, I don't want the Mafia to come after me, so I'm just saying what I'm reading from here. La Cosa Nostra, the Italian Mafia, were working with current and former NBA players to rig unders on prop bets and had a poker operation with x-ray tables, rig shuffling machines, and more. Wow. Oh, dude. Said the movie about this is going to be wild. They're playing, but let's listen to
through
this.
rigged shuffling machines. 3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity. Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor, as alleged and as you just heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. This alleged scheme wreaked havoc across the nation, exploiting the notoriety of some and the wallets of many to fund the Italian crime families. Here.
All right, so I don't know about none of that. There's something that I retweeted though. Look, it literally says the glasses that were used by the Mafia and NBA players to rig poker games. It's literally X-ray goggles, bro. And you can see the suit and the hand and everything on them. That's literally insane. How are you? First of all, if multiple people are wearing the same types of glasses, that should be a telltale. But if you're in a high-stakes poker game, I can understand you not like being worried about it. But they're freaking. This is like deep. This is honestly pretty damning for the NBA. Like, especially if like people like Chauncey Billups are involved. Who knows how high this is going? I saw something about Kevin Garnett being a part of the NBA rings. Like, it's getting wild. Hold on, I want to listen to this because I did retweet something here. Yeah, here's a whole 4-minute video.
Criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Cosa Nostra.
This is Cash Patel.
The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure.
First of all, the entertainment industry is not fair and secure, like whatsoever. There's the regulations that are in place are definitely reactive to the stuff that's been going on. There's powerful men and women of all races, creeds, and sexual orientations literally freaking dominating and exposing people at a high level. You know, putting them in blood contracts or I'm not getting into all the conspiracy, right? But the fact that they've been investigating this for years, I wonder how long it's actually been happening. You know, not using AI, just using my critical thinking skills. Like, if they're cracking this now at the beginning of the season, that means they've been collecting this information probably since RIP since David Stern's been around. You know, Adam Silver's in a tight spot. Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA, for those who don't know. But I'm fascinated with how many millions these guys are making and were making and are still gambling at this high of a level. Like, how much debt are you actually in? Or are you just being greedy? I just don't get it, right? Like, it's foolish. It really is. But this could honestly be like very, very damning for the NBA. And who knows what else they're getting their hands into, what other sports they're getting their hands into. You know, I saw the thing about ESPN, like, slowly and safely removing ESPN Bet from their ticker, right? Like, if it's that freaking corrupt, bro, like, it only makes sense that they were pushing ESPN and betting and sports gambling for all these years. Like, even before, like, when people were getting hit with the ring and everything, it's like, how much were people really involved with the Mafia and these crime rings ruining sports fans' lives? Maybe, I'm just thinking, maybe the Cleveland Browns are the biggest crime mafia at all, and maybe they suck for a reason. This is pure speculation, right? Everything I'm saying and accusations I'm making are purely alleged, purely me just using my brain. But hopefully it's not LeBron. My friend Lee said that they cleared LeBron. The FBI already cleared him, but he might know what's going on a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and Chauncey Billups is Mr. Big Shot, bro. So if they could compromise him, they're getting probably a good chunk of the league. I'd say probably close to like 10 to 15%. That's a lot of people, man. And that's a lot of money moving around. And just to throw a couple games, you get a few more and you're splitting profits? Yeah, no. I could easily see why somebody would take that, but at the same time, bro, we're just compromising the integrity of the game, of any game we're playing. You know, you're already making millions. That's the thing. Let's see what they're saying.
Men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in
I would assume that it's tens of millions of dollars, Gosh Patel.
Fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD.
Somebody snitched. Somebody snitched. I don't know who. Somebody snitched. We're going to find out.
HSI and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Cosa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or...
Give us the Epstein list. They're doing everything but actually exposing the fraud that we all want to know. And this is good. Like, expose the fraud. But to pose that under, like, Trump's administration, there's no nonsense, is completely blasphemous, because some would say he got in office again because of nonsense. Some would say he got in the first time because of nonsense. So, like, there's tampering all around, man. It's just about how you spin it. And the winners rewrite history.
In the back rooms of tiny parlors where guard games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them.
Bro's literally been saying no to the Epstein list. Y'all still on that? And they're throwing everything at us besides that. Anyway.
To the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process.
All right, whatever. Well, but yeah, man, dude, it's bad. It's not good out here, man. It's not good. Let's see what else we can find here. But yeah, dude, if you guys weren't hip to that, there you go. Do your own research and try not to say anything incriminating, because the Mafia is involved. Like, they're trying to get LeBron James. Says overrated. King James is the biggest degenerate, overrated gambler in NBA history and should be banned for life. Overrated. LeBron and clutch boys have destroyed basketball, and they have some stuff from. Dang, they're just pulling up his tweets from years. Absolutely, we're placing a nice bet and more on this one, my friend. The World Series. Okay, that's different. That's a different game. Bet is my middle name. LeBron, Ramon, Bet, James. Let's get it. LOL. KD, nice. Well, it's a bet. We'll talk what offline. I've saved you money. Lucky I didn't bet you. You bet you know better. Go Irish. It's not good. Not good, bro. So they were using X-ray tables too? For those who can't see, New York Post is just posting X-ray poker tables allegedly used by the NYC Mafia and NBA gambling scandal are readily available online. I mean, yeah, you can get almost anything on Amazon, but the fact that they must have just been bullying people, like, emotionally, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, man. Like, they were like, hey, these are high stakes. We already got the money. We're not gonna do anything wrong. Hold on. Yeah, there's like a full 18 minutes on here. I'll watch at a certain point and come back next week. But, dude, this is insane. Yeah, of course he's in Mafia custody, but that's until freaking week. Yeah, bro. Saying all this to say, man, it's holiday season's coming up. And we're all having fun and everything, but be freaking careful out here. Be freaking careful, bro. We already knew Terry Rozier was off, right? And he was just gambling away. But Chauncey, Mr. Big Shot, bro? Come on, man. Dang. All right. Eventually, like, we'll have to... Like, see, even this freaking... This guy is like tipping his hat to KD, and KD shakes his head like, no, I'm not going to throw this game type of thing. Like, it's so weird. It's literally so weird, bro. But anyway, man, freaking stay up, stay safe, guys. Don't, like, gamble responsibly. Don't freaking get in with the Mafia. Just praying for the whole situation to end well and end safely. Seriously, bro. But anyway, I'm gonna play some music out. Get us out of here, bro. I gotta go see my wife, make breakfast and everything. We're going to see her mom. So that'll be nice, man. Hit me up in the comments if you guys want me to talk about anything, review anything, watch anything with you guys. Yeah, dude, we'll be back next week, man. I love you, and I can't wait to see where this is going. Can't wait to see like all the feedback and everything, and I just thank God for what it already is. Amen. Hey.
then start a revival. Okay, hey, I'm running to God. I cannot look back. I ain't watching my sodium.
Okay.
Whole lot of Paul. I do not mean Logan. I mean Thessalonians.
Okay.
I wanna be holy, offend no opinion, ain't here for controlling them.
Okay.
Look to the cross, he muscle with Kyrie, that's what ain't holding them. Okay.
Indeed of the second to last. That's something I couldn't imagine.
Okay.
We saved through faith. It's giving my grace. So quit all that boasting and bragging.
Stop that, okay? You aware all your ops that, okay? This is for you, TikTok that, okay? Go and lock that away, go and walk that away, that'll not go away. My
life gon' life, the church gon' pray, the king gon' come, the world gon' praise. Life gon' life, the church gon' pray, the king gon' come, the world gon'
Enemy think he baby Moses, he in denial.
In what?
I had to trade in my King James, I feel like Ohio. We made a soundtrack for the real ones who love the Messiah. If you need proof, just tell him go click the link in my bio. Click on it. Bring out your Bible, hop in the pit, then start a revival. Bring out your Bible, hop in the pit, then start a revival. Bring out your Bible, hop in the pit, then start a revival. Bring out your Bible, hop in the pit, then start a revival.
All right, guys. Love you. See you. Peace. Peace.